Hello and welcome to Okeeheelee Nature Center's virtual experience. I am Emily, I'm one of the naturalists here, and I have with me Crikey, one of our American alligators, to celebrate Mother's Day. So first off, happy Mother's Day to everyone out there. And we are celebrating with alligators because among all of the alligators, which are in the order of crocodilians, they are among some of the best moms out there. So why not celebrate with a great animal that has had a great mom? So just to catch you up, Crikey here is from Gatorland up in Orlando, and he's probably never met his mom, so we have been his surrogate since they've hatched, and he'll be going back to Gatorland because he's already been imprinted upon by humans. So no gator that comes here or has been handled or fed by humans should ever go back into the wild. So there's my PSA for the day, and back to the fun stuff. So with Crikey here, we're going to talk about how awesome the moms are of these alligators. So to start, the gators, once they have done their deed and found their mates, they will go onto a little bit higher land, so drier land, usually like oak hammocks or cabbage palm hammocks within their wetlands, and they will lay on average 30 to 40 eggs. And then they will cover it with a bunch of debris and leaves and dirt, and that will essentially be a compost heap. And with that compost heap, it's going to generate a lot of heat, and that will incubate her eggs for her so she doesn't have to do anything. However, she does have to keep a really close eye on those eggs because eggs are yummy for a lot of different predators and scavengers like raccoons, to name one of the big ones here. So she stays at that nest for 2 months on average. 2 months without really leaving. She may walk around it and skirt around and check out stuff, but otherwise she could go without eating for those 2 months. However, there are some critters that may join in with her and have co-evolved with alligators, like the Florida red-bellied cooter, which will deposit their eggs sometimes in or near the alligator's nest to get that protection from the alligator, because who wants to mess with a mama gator? So I know I don't. So those cooters sometimes become meals in the process just because they are an easy meal and they're nearby. But that gator, like I said, that mama is going to stay quite alert and will protect those with all of her might, which makes them such great moms, and that's why we're celebrating with the gators. So she'll have a lot of debris on there, and like I said, that's going to incubate the eggs. And she wants to look for that nice average between 86 to 92 degrees so that she gets a nice diversity of sex, so she gets that nice 50-50 gender. And like turtles, the temperature is going to determine the sex of the eggs. However, they're reversed. So if the eggs are on the warmer side, they are going to be boys. And if they're on the cooler side, they're going to be the ladies. So she's going to strike for that. But if she feels as though it's getting too cool, she might throw some more leaves and more debris, more dirt on there to get that right temperature. And once they are ready to hatch and emerge, they are going to create that little noise, or almost like a piping of little baby birds, but instead they're more of a bark, and it's kind of like, Hopefully Crikey will do it for us, but if not, that will be a good surrogate. So once the mom hears that noise, she knows that it's time. She'll start to slowly uncover it because she doesn't want to crack any of those fragile eggs. And slowly but surely, she'll get those eggs to come out. And if they hatch naturally, that's great. If they don't and they seem like they're struggling, she'll even take them in her mouth very gently. And they do have this nice guttural kind of pouch right under their lower mandible there. And they'll have water in there, but they can also carry their babies in there. If the eggs didn't hatch, she'll take that egg and gently roll the egg in her mouth and slowly kind of break it very so gently as if you're taking a hard-boiled egg and you want to tap that open and help them break out through that outer shell to make it easier for them to hatch out. And then once they've all hatched, they will either hop onto mama's back or, like I said, they can hop into her mouth. She'll keep it open with the little babies peering out. And that's probably the best view and the best way to travel for those babies. And she'll let them feed, usually more on the nocturnal side versus during the day, because even though they're gators, as babies, they are really delicious to a lot of different animals. So she's going to be very protective, and again, if they start to veer away or if they feel like they're in trouble, they'll make that noise, and mama knows and instinctively knows the different calls of those babies. So it's pretty fascinating to know that a big crocodilian like that is so protective, and something that's so voracious can be so gentle and so protective of their young. So with that, I think that's a really awesome way to celebrate Mother's Day. And to all the moms out there, all of my adopted moms and my real mom, happy Mother's Day, and I hope you have a great one. Hopefully it's filled with gator mamas.